the fuck up, Buttercup. Um, Welcome, folks. Tonight's topic is politics. I'm a when I'm not being a troll, I do enjoy my politics. I appreciate my democracy. I appreciate my freedom. I appreciate the benefits of living in America. And tonight's going to be a huge debate. It's going to show whether or not people have intentions that are positive for the country. I do love American politics. At the same time, though, my biggest issue is how our politics affect the world. For example, I'm a big fan of Canada. You know, my dad was, I love the guy. He would always say, when it came to your politics, make sure you just don't look at your house. It's He was definitely not a NIMBY guy, and he raised me not to be a NIMBY guy. If you don't look crazy NIMBY and it's not in my backyard, my dad was a person that was always important to me about the fact that he had spoken about making sure you understand your politics don't just affect your house, it affects the world. And honestly, right now, at this time, again, I'm turning 50 like on July 6th. I've got a grown daughter. It's going to be her first time voting. I'm so happy. So I want to make sure that for all y'all folks that are growing as mothers, be whichever candidate you choose. I'm definitely Team Joe Biden. Believe me, if you've been on my Discord, you've seen I'm Team Joe Biden. Um, just be sure that every policy you're talking about affects the world properly. There have been people for years that I disagree with about the whole border situation. Right now, our border is the most secure it's ever been, even though the way the borders are made by that wall, you gave people a road to walk down until the wall again. I've always liked to speak on chit chat. You know, our whole lives, in my sense. When I was a kid, I used to see tags that said "Made in Taiwan." That stopped being "Made in Taiwan" and started saying being "Made in China." Well, the chip tag is proving that a lot of big companies that have done a lot of big stuff in this world. Let's use Apple for example. Apple's actually going to have to probably sooner or later have a factory in America. That's just reality. Um, I find that very, I find that appropriate. Yeah, they'll pay a lot more taxes. You'll get a better wage at the same time, though. You know, you put a phone company in, it's straight there. Like America's future is on the phone, no matter what you think. More people on the phone than on the car. Now, my next issue is the Infrastructure Act. I never thought about it. I've had so many people like always running to me about the concepts of they're afraid of bridges and they're afraid of tunnels. Certain people don't go places because it's a bridge to get there. I myself, a person that used to be raised in Michigan, if I had to go to Canada, I either had to take a tunnel or I had to take a bridge. I myself, bless Windsor. Windsor, no matter what anybody says about you, you're a beautiful place. I know Canadians consider you gutter. I think you're a beautiful place. The Infrastructure Act, it's doing so much. It's giving it's giving broadband in areas that didn't have it like 20 years. Like 20 years ago, I have a family member that he used to be one of the people that used to dig trenches and lay down the fiber optic. It's huge. It's a difference. It's the beauty of it. This has not happened. This much of a transformative era has not happened since Eisenhower. Um, and speaking on the positivity, that bro, I don't know how many of you people seen it. A few years back, John Stewart from the Daily Show of all TV shows. I've always watched the fact that like, I can't believe that MTV guy actually came here. He he made a plea to Congress, and his plea was a lot of people the same way you felt bad for any man that had the nerve to run into towers back in back in '01. When everything was going wrong, they made it out at the same time though. They had problems like asbestos poison, not to mention other things, because nobody should ever catch that much dust at one day. The beauty of our president is that he made sure that he understood that he wanted that if you're a veteran, let's say you're in the army. Apparently they use burn pits in the army just to get rid of stuff. Now, it's not like they put the burn pit downwind where it wasn't. No, it'd be on base. That means that it got caught downwind. A lot of people got bad lungs from that shit. As a person who caught COVID, and I caught COVID right before the vaccine. I do wish that vaccine would save my life, no joke. At the same time, though, my lungs got wrecked. Now I know I'm a horse's ass by what I'm doing right here. It's still the point that the fact that issues like burn pits and other things, it it changes people's lives. Um, it ruins a lot of lives. You get taken out of service and everything like that. You appreciate the fact that you did the service. Um, it's damaging. And what this president has done has made sure he did a bill to help them folks. I'm I'm one of the people that for a lot of years of my life I thought the word woke was corny, like whatever. And then I took it in and I understood. I feel lucky duck that I understand it now, but like the way I didn't understand it when I was younger. It's huge. You know, a lot of our military did not get the respect that they deserve in a lot of situations. Any of you that have a friend that's a veteran, like one of my best friends, she was a veteran, like she was a Navy vet. And geez, I took advantage of the fact that she was a Navy vet. Years later, when I finally reached out, I was like, dear, thank you for your service. I I did not get it. My family is hella military. I did not get it. Once I finally caught it, I had to give homage. Like, I live literally in San Antonio, the military city of the U.S. It's like living in Baltimore. It's like living in Virginia. You know, you, you really don't see it until you actually live it. It's huge what the president has done. He did so much help with that situation. Now, I'm a boomer. I'm Gen X. Um, real talk, my education went short. I did go to college twice, and I wasn't a great college student. I will admit my stupidity. It was my anger. It was my hunger for money. I was, instead of trying to take the long route, I was a brat that was just going through walls. Now I'm going through walls. You know, it matters. And not every one of us are built for college because some of us see the short money. I do appreciate the fact that student debt has had a hell of a relief. You ever had that family member that went to Northwestern or Harvard or, might be a U, and then they flunked out, but then, it costs so much just to even go there. You know, those prices are insane. Anybody that's been in college knows that they will charge you $200 a book. And we're not even talking like some kind of dictionary, it's like unabridged. No, book. It's painful. I appreciate the fact that our president has done enough that it took that problem off our backs. This is not socialism. We're not speaking on socialism. What we're speaking on is democracy. You know, there have been moments in our lives that has changed a lot. Um, I myself, going back to my youth, Reagan. When Reagan started saying stuff like, well, we're going to start breaking up all these companies. Like, I don't know if y'all remember this, but there used to be this thing called Montel. You if you wanted a phone in your house, you actually had to pay for the phone, like, and the wires. Like, that's the way they had it. Stuff got broke up in that sense. At the same time, after that, we had George W. Bush, Herbert Walker, Herbert Walker. Let me make sure. H.W. Bush. Um, his issue was, well, we're going to deregulate everything. And when he deregulated everything, well, we got to the point that we are at now, where we have genetically modified food. We have no companies that have anything. They actually have the nerve to have monopoly. Did you not? During the time of George H.W. Bush, gas went from 89 cents to like $3. Like the tax went up. The shit happened. Um, let's see. We don't Richard Nixon. He gave us the EPA. At the same time, though, he started the war on drugs. And to go back to Herbert Walker Bush, he was in a situation where pretty much he sorry, I had a little bit of distraction there. Herbert Walker Bush, he sat there and said crack is an issue because, well, we were giving money to the Congress, and the money from Congress was being flushed over to Iran for fight. And this all came back to bite us in the ass in some ways. And Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton did pretty much the one thing that I did not stand, and I did like Bill Clinton in general. And no, this ain't mine. Um, Shut up, Mark. Anyway, Bill Clinton, he was the one that illustrated minimum. Like he instituted minimums. Like you get caught with an ounce of cocaine, no minimum. You get caught with an ounce of crack, you get a minimum. Like that kind of stuff happens. It sucks. Oh, reptile. I'm only here for like probably about another 15, 20 minutes or anything like that. I'm just kicking my political views about my lifetime. And then we get to the point of George W. Bush, not H.W. Ironically, I share the same birthday with George W. Bush. Sylvester Stallone, Kevin Hart, the Dalai Lama, and George W. Bush. Those are the people I share a birthday with that I know. Well, Devil Reese. Um, George W. Bush, the best I can say it is, he lied to a lot of people. And, you know, Colin Powell, I remember when he ran, well, his dad was like, I'm going to say, for lack of a better phrase, a little bit of a lower tier New York politician in the House of Representatives. Let's just say that he went for that bad. Howard, he went to the military. He became one of the next to Schwarzkopf. He was pretty much the number two. His son, he ruined radio. His son was in charge of the FCC under the George W. Bush years. He's the person that led. Um, I'm trying to think. There's three big companies: Radio One. Um, I can't think of the other two right now. My apologies. But he's the one that led where two things he went wrong with is that he made sure that once upon a time, if you owned a radio station, you could not own a TV station. He deregulated that, which meant that you could own radio stations all across the country and TV stations all across the country, as well as newspaper orders. It was a bad idea. It's it's a concept of monopoly. You know, the only everybody that loses that monopoly hates monopoly. The only person that enjoys monopoly is to win. Back to George W. Bush. Um, Man, just think about that. Ruined the FCC. He, he's what ruined radio. Colin Powell's son. Fuck, I know. Anyway, um, George W. Bush with Colin Powell, he pretty much he took America in the wrong direction. Man. Like it wasn't bad enough that we had issues with oil. It got to the point where if you wanted to buy ever in the history of the world, if you ever wanted to buy the biggest truck in the world for the cheapest price, you could. There was an SUV that was, or I'm sorry, SUV subsidy. Like if you own any kind of truck from 2001 to 2004, you had the best price in it. It was it was like buying a Tesla, like version nowadays, like money. Anyway, hitting Iraq was the worst move. I'm not saying that like I like Saddam Hussein. I can't stand Saddam Hussein. He's a foul ass person. Him putting us in that issue, put us in the worst place. Then you go, Barack Obama. Now, Barack Obama, he had to deal with a housing crisis. Why? Because you had Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, where they were giving everybody, yeah, we'll give you a house at unreasonable numbers, and you had a recession. So you had a bunch of people thinking that, yeah, we finally had the American dream, and the American dream got spoiled. I just realized what the fuck I just forgot. We had Y2K. Y2 fucking K. Yeah, people went through a panic, and they started pulling their money out. They started buying gold bars, started buying silver. That comes into play now because you got people that bought this shit 20 years ago after 9/11 and Y2K, and now they just feel like they need to be a hoarder. It really fucked with society. And now we're at this point where we just went through a few years ago where it was Donald Trump he had to handle. He had to handle issues with COVID. I don't approve of the way they handled COVID. I'm not a fan at all. I feel that that was a situation where if it would have been Dick Cheney instead of the vice president right there, Mike Pence, I'm even scared to say his name because a bunch of people told him they wanted that. If it was Dick Cheney though, Dick Cheney would have probably been like, "Hey, Mr. President, let's go check out the woods with Donnie Jr." And it popped him in the shoulder, like fuck out of here. Again, I know Republicans. I definitely think for that. It's crazy, but you know, you're the person that shit people when you're vice president. America, please don't forget, he shit people on his president. We all heard that chant. There were two chants in my life that really hurt, and that's one of them. Make my Pence. Oh, look, I didn't agree with Trump or I didn't agree with Pence or Pence through their president. I would not ever ask the man to be hung. The other one, Charlottesville. I, Charlottesville. I don't even know what to say there, man. Um, you know, we had people across the street right across the street from the police station, and they were so important about in the police station that they actually see somebody in a hangar getting his ass whooped. And it was like, no, hold steady, boys. That was painful. Not to mention, on a campus, honestly, I'm scared to go to Virginia. Because I know, in my head, Virginia, either one of the Carolinas, Bama, Mississippi, all I hear in my head is the Jews will not replace us. As a person that I was lucky ducking up that I had a lot of Jewish friends. That was that was painful to me. I mean, it was Columbine. That was awful. There was the Oklahoma City bombings. That was painful. Charlottesville. Just let people walk around saying that the Jews will not replace them. I mean, so folks, I really don't have much else to say except please watch this debate. Please, please, please listen to both candidates. Um, and be sure you vote where your heart goes. I know everybody always says vote where your pocket is. This is one of those places where you vote with your heart. You may not agree with a lot of things that either candidate says. Just vote with your heart. Like I said, my heart goes with Joe Biden. Real talk. Um, please do not vote with your wallet on this situation. Vote with your heart. That's the best way I can say it. On that note, I'm gonna call it. Appreciate all y'all for listening. Hope y'all have a great night. Please be safe tomorrow.